There we go. Okay. Ah. Hey guys, CryptoDad here again, and thanks for joining me on my live stream Q&A on Friday night in beautiful sunny California. The sun is still up, actually. So sorry I wasn't right on at 6. I was having a little rusty at this. Forgot to turn the encoder on. So let's hit intro and see if that works. Hey, buddy.
5, 6. Hello. Right now, and none of them have commented. I'm in the video.
Can you see the intro?
Yes. I'm in a video, Christabel.
Yeah, I see it.
Christabel, I'm in a video. I am in the video now.
Okay, we see you, Alex. Thank you.
Look at me.
Yeah. Honey, can you take him, please? Oh, okay. Why can't I see my own video? Ah, there we go.
Hey! Hey! Is that me?
That's you, my little friend. Okay, now I can kind of see what's going on. Can you hear me? Okay. Hey, Maximus, how are you? So, Christabel, do you have any questions? Maximus, do you have any questions? Good, good. Everything's good.
I'm in the video now.
Honey, honey, can you please take him? CryptoDad's trying to herd the little boy out. Okay. 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 Okay, so there's a slight delay. Thanks, Maximus. I appreciate it. I guess I'll start off with something that a couple of people have brought up to me about the Electrum Bitcoin wallet. Now, this is the Electrum Bitcoin wallet. It's a great wallet to store your Bitcoin. It's one of the best. It's fast. It's got a lot of features, but some of my users were afraid to use it because they've heard that it's fake on the internet. Well, as long as you're on electrum.org, you're good to go. That is the actual Electrum Bitcoin wallet. Now, the so-called fake one was Electrum Pro, and you can't even get to it anymore. So if I try, and they had a different domain name. So they were at electrum.com instead of electrum.org. So if you hit electrum.com, MetaMask is gonna let's try this. Let's see here. Come on, Rick. Which one is it? 54? Ah, there we go. Okay. There we go. So if you click on the, you try to go to the Electrum Pro or the electrum.com domain name, MetaMask is going to jump up and object to that. Oh, cool. How to spot a fake wallet. Okay. So this would be the so-called fake one. You could even try a different browser that doesn't have MetaMask. And even if you try Electrum CryptoDad's.com, you're going to get kind of a short apology from these guys. I don't know if these guys were legit, but according to many, they were harvesting the seed. And, you know, the seed gets created whenever you create a new wallet. And that seed can be used to restore the wallet. If you lose it, have to reinstall or your computer crashes. And so it's dangerous to have that seed floating around. So apparently, you know, when the wallet connected to the blockchain or the internet, they were actually taking the seed and then sending it out somewhere. And, you know, if someone has your seed, they can just restore from seed and gain access to the wallet. Believe me, I know. It's happened to me a few times. I've revealed my seed online while I'm doing videos. And so let's just say we try a test wallet. Oops. And hit next. Create a standard wallet. And of course you always create a new seed. Standard. And that's it. That seed right there, that mnemonic phrase of 12 words, if you write it down on a piece of paper, you can restore any wallet, even on a different computer, and you'll still have all of your funds there, even if you add more funds after you generate the seed. I always thought that, well, when I generate the seed, isn't it like, you know, the wallet's empty now, so what good is the seed going to do me if I throw in 3 Bitcoin and then it crashes? Won't the seed just remember the empty wallet? But no, it doesn't. The seed actually is a mnemonic device that can be used mathematically to generate the private key of the Bitcoin wallet. And that private key points to the address on the blockchain. So if you've added Bitcoin to that blockchain wallet and then it's crashed or you need to reinstall, you can use this seed and it will restore the current balance. So it's a really cool feature. So let me see if I can, yeah, let's see if you already have a seed. Then you could just enter the seed and it would just restore the wallet along with the balance. So that's what they were doing. They were stealing the seed of the wallet. Now don't worry about Electrum. Electrum is fine. It's a great wallet, and not only is it a great wallet, but it's also open source. So anyone can go check out the code. As you can see over here, they've got the source code on their GitHub site over here. So you can check out the source code. You can compile from source code and know that it's safe and sound. So don't worry about Electrum wallet at electrum.org. So we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Maximus K is wondering if you are a miner.
Am I a miner? Yeah, I mine. I'm not a serious miner. I don't have a huge mining rig, but if you have a pretty nice gaming rig and a nice graphic card, you can sort of casually mine when the computer's off. There's a couple of easy ways to mine with your graphics card. And let's see, one of them would be, let's see over here. I think one of the easier sites is MinerGate. And it's pretty easy to mine. You kind of just choose the cryptocurrency that you'd like to mine. And you just download their software and you can mine. Let's see, you got there. Yeah, you just like download their app and you can run the app and it just like mines right away. It's not like a serious thing. Like a serious miner would probably, you know, load up a motherboard with graphic cards and you know, run like a mining pool where it's more of a command line interface. But for the casual miner, if you got a decent graphics card, if you got a gaming rig, or whatever, you know, you can go over to MinerGate and let your graphics card pull in a little cryptocurrency for you. You can mine like, let's see over here. You could mine Bitcoin Gold or Ethereum or Bitcoin or Monero. They're good coins to mine, but you might do better to mine one of the smaller coins like Dashcoin, Digital Note, because you're going to get more of those because they're not very valuable right now. So as you're mining, you're going to get one or two here and there, as opposed to, say, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. It's going to take you days and days, maybe you know, a month or so. I know with Monero, it probably take you like a month and a half, maybe, if you got a decent graphics card, to even get one Monero. So if you mine these little ones, you might get 20 or 30 of these in a month, and then if the price goes up, then you might you know, get a better return on your investment. Let's see, there might be, let's see, I'm going to put the Fool with Money. Hey, Fool with Money, how are you? Is it worth mining? Like I said, I do these little casual minings here, and I don't believe that I've got a return on my investment. But if you look at it like this, let's say you went out and you bought a GeForce graphic card for $800, and you're using it for gaming. And that's why you bought it, and that's its value to you. You can mine on the side with that graphics card when you're not gaming and just get a little bit of cryptocurrency. So, and like I said, if you mine one of the smaller coins and they end up getting hot at some point in the future, those 50, 100 coins that you mined over the course of 6 months to a year might be worth quite a bit more than you paid for that graphics card. You never know. And then you can kind of trudge along mining Ethereum or Monero, and over the course of the year make a couple $100, which is not bad, or more, depending. You know, mining is difficult. It's not easy. This site is easy, but there's not a lot of tweaking that can be done. Real mining, the software is difficult to install and configure, and you got to tweak your graphics card, and you know, it's not easy. It's pretty complicated, and you know, I'm into crypto, and that's complicated enough. Any other questions maybe about cryptocurrency or Tor, anything like that? Ah, yeah. Actually, Maximus K, let me show you here something real quick, if you can see my screen. I happen to have a pretty decent CPU, and it can actually mine. So I'll take a look at the file here. So this is it's mining Monero, and it's mining to this public Monero address. And this is the name of the software. This is the pool where I'm mining. And this is the name of my miner. And I run this software, and my CPU will mine. And I don't think it's ever going to pay for itself. But I bought this... I'm sorry. I bought this computer because I wanted to get the best thing I could get, and you know, it's an i9 7980, so it does pretty good. Let's see if I can show you here. If we run the miner and we go over here and check out, let me get rid of this. Oh. We me check this out here. This is the pool where it's mining. You can't really see it now. Maybe we'll check it a little later. Yeah, so you can see here, I've got this i9. He's mining away. It's going to take it a few minutes to sort of get up to speed. But yeah, you know, if you've got an i7, you can mine with it. You know, just get the right software. Let's get rid of that guy. Any questions about any new coins and how to use them, or, you know, how to get the wallet going, anything like that? Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta take this call. Hello? I am good, thank you. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that usually happens on Fridays anyway, so that's fine with me. Yeah. Oh, and that's very nice of you. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it. All right. Have a good night. All right, bye-bye. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes I work late. Got to pick up that darn phone when it rings. Oh, let's see here. Have I checked on the Substratum? Most of, if Maximus K, your question about the graphics card, the GPU is better at mining than a CPU. In the old days, people used to mine with their CPUs, but they just weren't Bitcoin got too complicated, and so they had to move up to graphic card mining, because it was more powerful. Because of the way the graphic cards are designed, they can parallel processing. And then at some point that became inefficient, so they moved to those ASIC machines, which are specialized hardware. Now a lot of newer cryptocurrencies are what they call ASIC resistant, because of they don't want people grabbing the lion's share of all the mining power on the network, so they make them ASIC resistant, and they're more it's more suitable to mine them with GPUs again, some of the smaller cryptocurrencies. So most cryptocurrencies are more suited to be mined with a GPU, but like I said, you can use your CPU as well. It may not give you as much bang for your buck, but it will contribute a little bit. And you can, still doesn't look like it's doing much. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to do much while I'm streaming, you know. Probably too much going on at the same time. But you can see the CPU's mining a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Low cap alts. Yeah, well, I try not to go too far down the list. You know what I mean? What I try to do, and I'm not a big trading guy, but my strategy is I'm an investor. I want to, you know, buy and hold. So I kind of look at it logically. Where are we here? Okay, I don't want to, the cryptos are down today, so I don't know, it might be a good time to buy if you got a little extra money, but I'm not a financial advisor, just my opinion. So we look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. You could buy them. You could buy a piece of them, and yeah, the price may double, but you've already kind of missed the boat on those. So you could go way down the list and try to find some crypto that's like less than a penny, and go for it. Maybe buy, you know, 1,000 shares, or, you know, 10,000 shares or whatever. But I try to stick around the top 10, maybe top 15, top 20, and because, you know, they've got a proven track record. And I'm not really hot on the new ones. I try to stick with ones that have been around a little bit longer. Like, for example, Cardano. That Cardano's been around like 4 or 5 years. And Litecoin too. Litecoin's been around quite a few years. Bitcoin's
been around for 9 years.
Yes, Bitcoin was invented in 2009.
Right when I was born.
When Christabel was born.
Not exactly.
When
right.
CryptoDad's was born. So, I would say, there is one though, and let's see how far down the list it is. We ran across it on the mining. Let's see here. Price charts. Digital Note. Digital Note is a privacy coin, and as you can see, it's pretty cheap. And I kind of like Digital Note. And then there's another small one that I like called Vertcoin. And I don't really like these because they seem to be a good investment. I kind of like the technology behind them. Digital Note is sort of like the people's coin. Oops. So when I tell you I like a coin, I like it for what it is and what it does. You know, an open cryptocurrency, decentralized, you know, everything that Bitcoin wanted to be and is trying to be. There are a lot of other coins out there that are trying to stay true to that philosophy and that purpose. And let's see, what's this other one? Vertcoin. You know, Vertcoin's another one that I like. Decentralization, that's the key. You know, we want things to be decentralized. They're trying to form a community of people where just normal guys like you and me can exchange value. And, you know, ultimately what you want, or what the idea of a cryptocurrency is that you're going to exchange value, you're going to exchange that cryptocurrency with other people using that cryptocurrency, as opposed to like cashing out to dollars. We're trying to get out of dollars. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get out from under the thumb of the dollar and use an alternate currency to exchange value between people. That's really the promise of cryptocurrency. One of the promises. There's a lot of them. That's pretty it. Yeah, you know, I wait for a dip if I can afford it, and I don't throw down you know, the rent. If I've got an extra 50 or an extra 100 after I got paid, I might buy some crypto if it's you know, if the cryptos are down. I can't. Oh, hey Sherry, how are you? I can't find the barcode on my old phone app. Sherry, I think you were. Okay, let's see. Sherry has asked a few things. Coinbase, and then you go to Kryptonia and buy. I can't find the barcode on my old phone app. I think what you're. Yes. I think you're trying to transfer your Google app over to your new phone. So I think in that video that you were commenting on, Sherry, I showed how you have to use your old phone. If it, like for example, if your old phone has the Coinbase two-factor authentication, you would use the old phone to get into Coinbase, you know, because if you've got it already enabled on Coinbase, you need the old phone to get into it. And then once you get into Coinbase, you can go into the security settings and disable two-factor authentication. And in order to disable it, they're going to ask you for the code from the old phone, right? But once you've done that, once you've disabled it, then you've got the new phone right there. You'll just re-enable it. But if you can't use the old phone to get into your exchange or whatever website that you have two-factor authentication enabled on, maybe you deleted it at some point, or you thought it was in there but it wasn't, whatever the case may be, if you've got two-factor authentication enabled on an account and you can't use the original two-factor authentication, you're going to have to call them and talk to their tech support and go through this whole process of verifying who you are. Now, some websites have like a protocol set up on how to do it. you know, you can read in their FAQ. And then others aren't quite so advanced. You just have to call and talk to somebody in tech support. And generally, it's they're going to disable the account for a certain amount of time. Could be a week, could be a couple of weeks, while they verify that you are who you say you are. And then once they've done that and they've disabled the two-factor authentication so you can log back in, then you would use the new phone to re-enable two-factor authentication. I know, it's a real pain. Okay, Hobby428 was asking me about Substratum. Let's see here if there's anything going on. I guess the answer to your question, it sounds vaguely familiar. I may have just popped onto this website once or twice just from a suggestion. Now, I don't know if they have a token or a coin yet. Okay, so it looks more like kind of a developer platform like Ethereum and Tron. And you can earn cryptocurrency by running one of their nodes. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea at all. If you can afford to lend your computer to running a node, that's great. Now, if you're a gamer and or you're working or whatever, sometimes when you're running a node like this, it might impact the performance of your computer. So you want to take that into account before you go through it. But it looks like, you know, they're not hawking anything. They're just, they're talking about a decentralized network where you can get rewarded for running a node or maybe developing some software. If you've got the patience and the to learn how to run some of this code or write any of this code, or at least just install their node on your machine, I don't see any harm in it. So, whoops. Hobby428, do they have a token? The SE, oh, you say you can't, okay, Sherry, you say you can't get into Coinbase on the two-factor, but you can in Cryptopia. Well, if, you know, like I said, you're going to have to contact tech support on Coinbase to get them to disable it so you can get back into your account. I don't know if you have any crypto stored in Coinbase, or if you don't and you'd rather just use Cryptopia, that's fine too. Whatever's comfortable for you. But don't let that two-factor thing stop you. If you want to get back into your Coinbase, you can contact tech support, and they have ways of disabling it on their end so you can eventually get back in. I know that because you can't be the only person that's ever lost their phone or lost their two-factor authentication code. So they have ways to do that. The SEC witch hunt? Well, I think their motives are, I guess, they have self-interest and public interest sort of kind of undercurrents in that. It is their job to protect consumers from scams. And the stock market has been around a while, and they have all kinds of licensing and rules and regulations that a company has to follow in order to issue stock. And these new ERC20 tokens, these initial coin offerings, sort of are a new thing, but as far as the SEC is concerned, it's kind of a way of getting around all of their regulations. So, you know, naturally it's going to raise their eyebrow. And then, you know, the other side of that is the SEC represents the establishment. And cryptocurrency, in many ways, is anti-establishment. It's anti-centralized. It's decentralized. It's more like the people's coins, or it's ways for the people to participate in the financial system at their level, as opposed to this top-down thing that the SEC represents. So in many ways, the SEC pushing back against cryptocurrencies and initial coin offerings specifically has a lot to do with the fact that you know, though the ICOs threaten their hold on the system in many ways. But like I said, they're also concerned about you know, normal guys like me and you getting scammed out of our money with these shaky ICOs. And believe me, I see a lot of shaky ICOs. I get a lot of ICO spam in my comment sections. Every day I have to go through and clean out people that are hawking some new ICO or airdrop, or it's really getting insane.
Would you like some free Bitcoin? Go here.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'll check out the... Thanks, Hobby. I'll check out the Substratum YouTube channel. And cool. I'll check out their token, too. Do you know the symbol for their token? Let me, maybe I can Google it here. Whoops.
I just looked it up, and there's actually...
Whoops. Ah.
I looked it up, and there's actually a cryptocurrency that's based off a meme.
Ah, it's SUB. Okay. Oh, and it's still, it looks like it's still an ERC20 token. Okay. So let's check it out here. Ah, well, I don't... Oh, here it is. Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, and it's cheap. Yeah, it's still cheap. Yeah, relatively cheap. And, you know, another thing that I do when I'm trying to decide whether I want to buy something is I look at its, you know, its all-time high. And I kind of figure at some point it's got to get back to that. It looks like it kind of had a recent top out in April, and now it's down a bit. But it might get back up there towards the end of the year. So it is on a dip right now, right? It was 9 cents, and now it's more like 6 cents. So yeah, it seems like if you're interested in that sort of thing, not a bad coin at all. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, it would be nice to see one of, you know, like, I wish you the best of luck, you know, whenever you buy a small cap and you've got some stored, you're always hoping that at some point it's going to get adopted and, you know, make it worth your while. Now, as far as ERC20 tokens are concerned, they're sort of still under the umbrella of the Ethereum network. They can be moved around using the Ethereum network and stored as tokens on the Ethereum network. So you always want to keep your eyes open for when they go main, when the ERC20 token becomes an actual token. And most of these companies that when they do that migration or that transition will you know, if you keep up with the news on them, they'll give you the instructions on either you'll generate, you know, a public-private key, and then sort of use the MyEtherWallet to transfer the ERCs into their mainnet, or like in the case of Tron, you basically they only support cryptocurrency exchange migration. So you got to transfer your coin or your ERC20 tokens onto an exchange. And then when the date arrives, they magically transform into the mainnet coin. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Yeah, I like the decentralized internet. I mean, that's basically how Bitcoin started. It was sort of a reaction to the 2008 financial crisis. And they said, why can't we just make a currency that isn't controlled by banks, that is decentralized, and people can exchange value? The main problem with that was the double spend, because if I have a digital token or a digital picture or a digital document and I send one to you, I have the copy of it on my computer. I could send the copy of the same thing to somebody else. So with cryptocurrency, they had to figure out a way to avoid that double spend. And that's kind of what Bitcoin is. They finally found the formula for preventing the double spend, and they use cryptography to do it. That's what the confirmation process is all about, preventing the double spend. Oh, it was $3 in January. Whoa, man!
What?
I didn't notice that. Let's see here. What we got? Oh, let's go to the whole. Oh yeah, look at that. $3. Oh yeah, that would be sweet if it got back up there. Yeah, that would be nice.
Got that down there.
Down, down, down.
Not up. Down.
Crypto shopping. That's an interesting. Oh yeah, SEC put a kibosh on ICOs already. So here's my my workaround for the ICO that we can't participate in because we're in the U.S. So let me just give you an example. I saw a company that had an ICO, and I thought, gee, that sounds like a good idea. And of course, I could not participate in their ICO. So I just sort of kept an eye on it and waited until it became an ERC20 token. And usually after an ICO, depending on the company, once it becomes a token, before it really takes off, it's going to be kind of cheap in the beginning. So just kind of keep an eye on, if you see an ICO that you would like to participate in, but you can't, because they have all these ID restrictions if you're in the US. Wait for it to become a token, and then you can just buy the token on Binance or Bittrex, and then hold on to that and see if it goes up. So that's basically my workaround for ICOs. Now you might think, oh, once the ICO's over, the coin's going to take off, and there might be some ICOs that are like that. But I think most of them, after the ICO ends and they become tokens, the initial investors have quite a few of their tokens. That's great because they were, participated in the ICO. But you still have a chance to grab some of their tokens while they're still cheap. If you believe in their paradigm, you believe in their company. I had one that I liked called Sping. I liked Sping because I thought the idea was good. It's a shopping app that you can install on your phone and scan barcodes, and it tells you if the product's been recalled and where it was sourced from. And they've sort of got a working company already going. And they were trying to raise money by having an ICO. Now, this ICO is over, but I found a few places where I was able to buy the coin really, really cheap. So I threw $50 at it. But if it ever goes to $1 or $10, that it might I might do well. So, but that's what I did. I waited for the ICO to end, and then I poked around and found a place to go buy some of their tokens cheap. So that'd be what I do if because the SEC won't let people in the U.S. Participate in ICOs. They might at some point. If there's money to be made, they'll figure out a way to relax the regulations to allow people in. After all, Goldman Sachs says they're going to start trading Bitcoin futures within a few weeks. And the main reason they're doing that is because people were asking them, hey, we want to buy Bitcoin. And, you know, they're big tier customers. We're like, why can't I buy Bitcoin from you? I trust you. So Goldman said, okay, fine, we'll start trading in futures. And maybe eventually even Bitcoin itself. So once that happens, once these large institutions start getting in on this this cryptocurrency thing, I think that the regulations will be adjusted to where people like you and me in the U.S. will be able to participate in ICOs. Oh yeah, I wanted to see where I'm at here. Whoops. Where am I? Okay. Yeah, I wanted to. Oh, I'm on that screen. Okay. I wanted to go big here. I should have gone big when I was talking about that. Yeah, a lot of people don't like this background at all. Actually, this is the one they really hate. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this one. I get so many complaints about this background. But I thought that it was, you know, it was a crypto background, right? So I went out and got this one. So it's much more relaxed, you know, for a crypto guy. Let's see here. Yeah, somebody showed me how to use Ether Delta. I never actually used it, but I ended up finding that Spin coin on one called IDEX, and I think IDEX is yeah, I think IDEX is a lot like Ether Delta. You know, you can use let's see here. Yeah, you can use a key store, a private key. You can use MetaMask, or you can use Ledger. And the friend that I met that needed help, I don't know why I can't get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Let's put this on here. Oh, I don't even have it on here. It's okay. Yeah, so you're connecting your Ethereum wallet to their exchange, and then it's decentralized. So you deposit a little bit of your Ethereum in there, or if you got an ERC20 token, you can do that too from your Ethereum wallet. And then you can trade, and then anytime you withdraw, it goes right back to that wallet. So that's kind of cool. So Ether Delta is like that. Yeah, I do too. I like the Ledger Nano wallet. I've got one. That's where I store the bulk of my crypto. And, you know, when you connect that to MyEtherWallet.com, that's the most secure way to view your balance and send and receive tokens. So, yeah. Actually, I think in the... yeah, if you look down in the description here of the live feed, I've got a Ledger Nano affiliate link because I really believe in the product. I've got quite a few videos on the Ledger Nano too, and where is playlist? Yeah, I've got a decent playlist too for the Ledger Nano. So I got like really. A lot of good videos on how to use the ledger, how to set up the ledger, how to transfer coins in and out of the ledger. So if you know you've got a Ledger Nano, you should check out my channel and poke around and find some of my ledger videos, because I do a lot of videos with the ledger. Let's go back here. Let's go back to the let's go back to this. Yeah. Let's go back to this. I'm going to be relaxed for a little while. Well, thank you, Cyril. That's really why I started this channel. One of the main reasons I started this channel was because when I was learning about Bitcoin back in 2014, there was a lot of information out there on the internet, but it was in pieces. And I remember saying to myself, why isn't there just one place where I can find a step-by-step instructions on how to do this, whatever it is, and just show me. I need an example. That's how my mind works. I need to see it happening in front of my eyes. So that's the main reason I started this channel, was because I always wished that someone would do that for me. So I thought there's got to be people out there that are learning crypto and they need to see a step-by-step, slow demo. And, you know, some people complain that my videos don't transition fast enough. But, you know, I try to keep everybody happy the best I can. Yeah, Hobby, I have noticed that too, that right after the ICO ends, that a coin might be, you know, like it's 2 cents or whatever, and then a week or so after the ICO ends, everybody's dumped it. You know, all the people that participated just kind of dumped out their coins, and that now it's like it's languishing as in like 0.002 cents. But that doesn't mean that the company is a bad company. And I'm assuming that during the ICO they you know, they got some funding to start getting their thing going. So just because it tanks, because you know, the people that participated dumped, doesn't mean that it will never go back up again. So that's like I said, I scooped up some of those spin coins pretty cheap.
Stop it! Ugh.
Is this what you're talking about? No. No, that's not it. You told me what the name of it was. P3D. Huh. Now I think I need to do this. P3D coin. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there's so many new things out here right now. They're just so 3D. I like it. Three dimensions. Sherry, let's see what you got here, Sherry. Sherry, I have to say I am not familiar with this coin. Oh, I think that's all of it. So it was $1, and what was the high here? 283. Okay. All I can say is, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, but I follow crypto news, and I've been using Bitcoin for several years, and Ethereum and Litecoin, you know, because I do my videos and I move things around, and so I've seen and experienced the utility of some of these coins. You know, like I've used Ethereum when I buy ERC20 tokens. So I've seen that Ethereum has a use, it has a value. And couple of years ago, I was using Bitcoin to buy things on the internet. You know, like VPNs and proxy services and things like that that accepted Bitcoin. And I saw the value of having a decentralized digital currency. I saw the use case. And then when the Bitcoin network got overloaded in December, I started using Litecoin to buy my crypto because it was so much faster. So there is a use case for every crypto. And it just depends on whether it's going to, you know, fulfill its purpose or its promise. But all the news that I've been following as far as news goes, and not markets, I'm just talking about news, is that cryptos are here to stay. They're being adopted. More and more companies are looking into them. Like I mentioned, Goldman Sachs is going to be trading Bitcoin futures. The parent company of the New York Stock Exchange is talking about Bitcoin futures. So there's a lot of big players getting involved in cryptocurrencies. There's a lot of companies that are adopting blockchain technology. So it only looks good from here on out. That's all I can say. And that's just a general statement. I'm not talking about any one coin because I don't know. People always talk about Bitcoin and compare it to the Betamax video. I'm 55, so I remember when VCRs first came out, they had the Betamax, the Sony Betamax, and then the VHS protocol. Sony was first, the Betamax was first, but VHS sort of took over. So a lot of people say, "Oh, Bitcoin's like the Betamax. It'll, you know, something better will take its place." Well, that's just a criticism of Bitcoin. That doesn't, you know, whatever that replacement is, whatever that next great app is probably going to be a better version of Bitcoin, another cryptocurrency. Could be Litecoin, could be Ethereum, it could be Cardano, it could be any number of the top 10, you know. So that's the way I see it. Markets are down right now. Things don't look too good, but overall, the picture is rosy. The adoption will come eventually. Are ICOs worth it? Well, we talked a little bit about that before, Cyril. Some of the ICOs block U.S. citizens. So they won't let you participate unless you're a citizen. So you're kind of locked out. But I mentioned that if you're interested in that particular token, just wait till after the ICO ends and then try and scoop up some of their tokens on the cheap. I think that Hobby mentioned that a lot of people dump after the ICO ends. The people that participated, sort of the impatient ones, just dump out. And so the price of that token goes down. And it might be available on an exchange that you know, it might be kind of a small exchange, you don't have to sign up, or it might be an exchange you already have. It might end up on Binance or Bittrex or Poloniex, and you can scoop some up on the cheap. So, like I said, I would say it's worth it if you believe in the coin. If you think you know, you've done your research and you think it's a good coin, then follow the ICO. And if you can participate, you know, some of them you can, some of them you can't. Most of them you can't. But if you can, jump in. Don't throw your life savings in there, that's for sure. Just only throw in what you think you can afford to lose. Oh, thank you, Myra. That's really cute. Yeah, right now, Bitcoin is the coin. That's the coin that it's got the biggest market cap. It's been around the longest. It's proven itself to be useful. I'll bring this up. You know, one of the interesting arguments that people use when they're criticizing Bitcoin, the first thing they'll say is it's totally worthless, has no intrinsic value. And then the second thing they'll say is it can't be used for anything, it's useless. And then their third argument is it's only used by criminals. Well, if it's only used by criminals, then that means it has a use. You've just negated your first two arguments. It must have some value, and it must be useful if criminals are using it. So I love that. It's like a logical paradox. So, and that's not really true either. Most criminal activity, like money laundering, is done with hard, cold cash and not Bitcoin. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay. I don't know about ETN. I'll have to check on that. The 5 top exchange sites with the lowest rates. So let's talk about exchanges. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, but I do know about some of the exchanges. First and foremost, we're going to talk about Coinbase. The reason I'm talking about Coinbase is because it's the easiest way to buy the big cryptos. You've got Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. It's easy to sign up. It's a good, solid company, and it's safe and secure. It's a U.S.-based company. You're not going to get scammed by Coinbase. Okay, so that would be my first recommendation. Now, we talked about low fees. Well, if you've got a Coinbase account, then it's only natural that you get yourself a GDAX account, because GDAX is owned by the same company as Coinbase. GDAX is simply the Coinbase trading platform, and this is where you can trade cryptocurrencies back and forth. And the interesting thing about GDAX is they don't charge fees. And I don't know how they do it, but somehow, because of the volumes that they're moving around back and forth, and I'm sure they own a lot of, a large chunk of these coins, they can afford to absorb the miner fees that you would incur on the Bitcoin network. And if you bought any Bitcoin and tried to transfer it to your wallet from Coinbase back in December, you know what I'm talking about. Some of these network fees, the Bitcoin network fees, if you moved, say, $50 worth of Bitcoin from Coinbase to your wallet, the fee was like $20. It was ridiculous. But Coinbase, you can avoid that. So, and then look over here. I don't know if I have any Litecoin. Let's just say I got Litecoin. If I want to make a deposit of Litecoin, I can bring it straight in from my Coinbase account. You see how that works? The two accounts are linked together. So you got your 1-2 punch. You got Coinbase and GDAX. Same company, just get both. And whenever you buy on Coinbase, just transfer it into GDAX. And then you can trade it on GDAX for, between Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin if you want. Or if you're looking for something different, then you can just move it for free over to, say, Binance, Bittrex, or Poloniex. So I mentioned those two. Binance, it's a Chinese company, but they're a big player. Okay, they've been around. They're mainstream. And you can buy just about any kind of cryptocurrency on Binance. So, but they do have some fees. You have to be careful. Now, with Binance, you can buy, they have their own coin, the Binance coin, BNB, I think they call it. And if you buy and hold some BNB in your Binance account, then you save on those fees. So, little weird, but that is one way to get low fees. And then the other one that I use quite a bit is Bittrex. And Bittrex is a San Francisco-based company, and I'll go ahead and log in. Well, I go through all this. Bittrex is, if you don't have a Bittrex account, you can get one. And also, I'll mention that all of these exchanges, I've never connected my bank account to any of these exchanges except for Coinbase, because I trust Coinbase. So if I want to buy cryptocurrency, I always buy it on Coinbase because my debit card is connected to Coinbase. And then after I have bought it on Coinbase, I transfer it over to one of the cryptocurrency exchanges and then trade. That's the way I do it. I can't use my bank account to fund my Binance account. I transfer coins from usually Litecoin. Like I said, Litecoin is fast. And so if I want to make a trade and I don't want to wait an hour for the transfer, then I use Litecoin. Once I get Litecoin over to the exchange, then I can trade it for Ethereum or Bitcoin. And once I've converted to either one of those, I can buy just about any crypto. And then what else is there? Poloniex. I have some of these little rinky-dink ones on there that I can't really recommend because they're kind of small. You have to sort of, before you put any money into these, I don't use this one anymore. Don't use GateHub. This is what I was trying. Before you put any money into any of these exchanges, you have to go through the process of signing up. See how easy it is to sign up. If it's complicated, if they send you weird, if it takes them forever to send you the confirmation email, or the instructions are whacked out, or you get halfway through the sign up process and things glitch out, then I wouldn't put my money in those. If the sign up process is easy and straightforward, and then you can trust the site, it's running properly, that'd be the way I go. So Binance, Bittrex, Poloniex for like the exotic coins, and then for the big coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, use Coinbase and GDAX. It's simple, simple, simple. Yes, in the US, they won't let you participate in an ICO. What'll happen is you'll go to sign up for the ICO, you'll jump through all their hoops, and then they say, okay, now you need to scan your passport and send it to us so that we can verify that you're not a US citizen, and then you're dead in the water. That's usually what happens when you try to participate in an ICO. And they're not doing it because it's illegal for you. They're doing it because it's illegal for them to do business in the US. So, if you want to finagle away, like using your VPN to participate in an ICO, you're probably not going to get, it's not going to be too many legal repercussions for you. They're just trying to protect themselves by not making their products available to US citizens. They're protecting themselves. Hey, Pete. Hit BTC. Thoughts? What is Hit BTC? Yeah, it does kind of suck that you can't. EtherWallet. Oh, you mean MyEtherWallet? Oh, yeah. Pete, did we talked about this earlier, didn't we? I'm not too sure exactly what you mean by swap. So let's go to MyEtherWallet. Ah, okay. All right. I want to swap my... Ah, I see. Okay. So, to be honest with you, Pete, I've never tried to do this. What was the problem that you were running into? Was the thing just kind of crashing? I guess it's a way to exchange coins on a one-to-one basis without a trading fee, I'm assuming? I'm not too sure. It looks like there's an integration of some kind of exchange here. I'm not sure who these big guys are. Yeah, see, what I'm thinking here, Pete, is that they're using the MyEtherWallet as sort of their front window, but under the hood, you're basically just using this BitY exchange. So I don't know if you know, in the old days, last year, when you bought coins using the Ethereum wallet, it actually was buying the coins on Coinbase. I don't know if it still works like that. It's a little difficult for me to. So what I'm here it is. If you downloaded the Ethereum wallet and installed it, there was a little button on the wallet where it said buy Ethereum, and when you clicked it, it would ask you for your debit card number, and then it would send Ethereum into the wallet for you. And as it turns out, they were basically using Coinbase under the hood. And that's how I discovered Coinbase, because Ethereum wallet was basically using it under the hood. So I think that's what's going on here. Maybe if you go over here and sign up for BitY, maybe that's the problem you were running into. You may need to have an account with them for this swap thing to work. But it looks like it should be independent of that. Maybe they're just providing the underlying software for the swap. ETH for ZIL. Okay. Well, let's see. I don't think I have any ETH in a wallet that's handy. So you're swapping, you had some ETH and you were trying to ZIL. There you go. 1 ETH. Okay. So for 1 ETH you get quite a bit of ZIL. Let's see. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Now, if you're, you would probably, it's kind of weird because I think you would use the same Ethereum address to get the ZIL if the ZIL is an ERC20 token. So you would basically be sending the ZIL right back to the Ethereum address. And then, let's see, where are we? And then once you did that, well, I can't really do it here. You would be looking at your, let me see if I can. Let's check it out and see. I'm game. I hope I don't lose all my ETH doing this. So in my case, I'm just going to connect the ledger.
Stop!
Okay. So if we go to view wallet info and then we go over here to the ledger and connect this little puppy. Okay, so you can see that there's an ETH balance here. But you can also see that I have a few tokens down here, these ERC20 tokens. So basically you might want to just go down here, show all tokens, go down to ZIL, find it here, there it is, and click to load. And you can see now it's showing me the zero balance of ZIL. Okay? Now if I do that, okay, show all tokens. So I've got the ZIL loaded down here. So now let's go over here to swap. All right, and let's see. I'll swap 0.001. Is that gonna work? Oh, nope. How about 0.1? Oh, we don't want that. We want ZIL, right? Oh, here it is. How much is 0.01? How much money am I throwing away here? There we go. $0.01. Ah, $6. Okay. All right. I'm game. All right. So, what were we doing there? 0.01. Okay. All right. So I'm going to spend $6 of ETH for 38 ZIL, right? Now let's see what happens. All right. The receiving address. Now, I should have started this. Let's go back. Let's go back to this again. Here's my receiving address right here. Okay, this is the receiving address of the Ethereum wallet and the cryptocurrency token wallet. They're the same thing. All right, so we got some 0 ZIL there. Now that I've got that in my clipboard, let's go back. Let's do the 0.01 and let's do the ZIL. That doesn't look right. Oh, here we go. 0.01. Is that's right? I'm only spending $6, right? Okay. All right. So there we go. Now let's see what happens. All right. It wants my receiving address, which will be the Ethereum address. All right. And you'll notice that that was the same icon that we saw before. So I have to unlock the wallet to proceed. So that's the Ledger wallet. We'll connect to the Ledger again, and it wants me to unlock it. Now, it probably might want me to verify on the, okay, wallet unlocked, okay. So I have to verify on the machine, on this. Okay, so I had to verify on this, and I'll say yeah, and then we can view the transaction. Where did it go? I missed it. Oh dear. Sounded, I think it was fine though. So now let's see, we'll do this. Oh, okay, it failed. During contract execution, they canceled it. They don't really tell me what the error was. So I don't know, maybe I didn't, I may have failed to do something. Maybe it wasn't enough money, there wasn't enough gas. Is this what happened to you, Phil? So as you can see, when I tried it, it failed, but I may have to tweak it a little, figure out what I did wrong. And maybe I gave it the wrong address. Yeah. Yeah, I've never tried their swap feature. My advice would be maybe try to Google the error message like open yourself another tab and see if you can figure out what all this garbage means. Maybe other people have had the same issue. But I didn't see anywhere where you could adjust the gas. So it was just a straight swap for the Ethereum that was supposedly in my wallet at the time. So my suggestion would be maybe you could find ZIL on an exchange like Binance or Bittrex and just transfer some ETH over there. Now you will incur, of course, you'll incur some fees doing that, but maybe from GDAX, transfer some of your ETH from GDAX to Binance and see if one of those actually you can buy it there. And that might be the best way to do it. And then from there, you could transfer it back to your Ledger wallet. God, everything looked good, didn't it? I thought I saw that green, and I was like, hey, I did it. But, gee, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, maybe I just didn't spend enough. I don't know. Maybe, but I thought that it looked to me that there was a minimum, and I was over it, whatever it was. And then I guess maybe we could contact their support and explain what you did. Because if you did everything I did, it looked like you were doing it right. But maybe the address should be a different wallet. Maybe that would work better. I don't know how you would do that. You might need another ledger. Or you could try just creating a new wallet in MyEtherWallet using the private key and then storing the private key on a flash drive or something so that it's not exposed, and then maybe trying to send the ZIL to that address. And then you could go up here and check your balance using MyEtherWallet. Although, the private key method is a little shaky because in order to access the wallet, you have to paste it in to their website, which isn't really a big deal as long as you're on the right website. If you're on MyEtherWallet and this address, it's safe, I think. The main thing that they're warning about is getting phished. You end up on a different site, and then you put your private key in there, and all your stuff's gone. In fact, they had a hack not too long ago where someone was somehow playing with the domain server names, and people that were putting in this web address were being redirected by Google or somebody. These hackers knew how to screw around with the domain name server. So it wasn't MyEtherWallet that got hacked. Somehow Google got hacked on their domain name server, and they pretended to be Google, whatever it was. So you got to be careful when you're throwing your private key around on the internet. It's not safe. Or you could buy a different ledger and try it, or find someone else that has a ledger that maybe you could do a test run. Maybe that's the issue, is that you're trying to send the ETH right back on itself to the same address. Although I thought that would work. I mean, because you're sending basically the token should be going back to the same address. Anyway, I wish I could have been more help. I wish it would have just worked. Yeah, more research. But like I said, maybe try an exchange. That might be a better way to get some ZIL. Sure. As a matter of fact, our Guitar 78, I just finished a video the other day on how to set up a Coinbase account. That's one of my latest videos. Whoops. Where are you? Oh, it goes here. Ah, yes. Yeah, if you check out this video, how to buy Coinbase on using your debit card, I do it. Now, there's pros and cons. The debit card is quick and easy, and it's fast. So when you use your debit card on Coinbase, your transactions go through right away. but you have a limit on the amount of money that you can spend. So if you're like planning on investing a lot of money, then you would want to do the bank account connection. The only problem with that is it's slower. When you use your bank account to buy crypto, it takes it a few days to clear, and that can be frustrating. Sometimes up to a week, depending. But another nice thing about the bank account is that's the only way you can get money out of Coinbase. So if you're just using a debit card in Coinbase, there's no way to cash out. There's no way for them to send you back money to your debit card. You actually have to have a bank account connected to Coinbase in order to cash out. So if you're just starting, do the credit card thing. I'm sorry, the debit card. I don't think you can use a credit card on Coinbase. I may be wrong about that.
Daddy.
Alex, what do you want, buddy?
Be quiet.
Daddy, he wants me to be quiet. I'm talking too much. Crypto daughter, are you answering questions over there? No. Oh, sometimes my daughter is on there and asking questions. Are you watching? Oh, she's watching something. You know, my daughter learns more on YouTube than she learns at school. Yeah. In fact, her teacher my daughter's in 3rd grade, and my teacher mentioned to me that a lot of the information that my daughter has, that, you know, the answers that she gives in class comes from stuff she learns at home on her computer watching YouTube. Pretty amazing. Ah, there's Crypto Daughter. Yay! That's my daughter. Okay, Maximus, you've got ERC tokens on your Ledger Nano and you'd like to update to the latest firmware, but you're scared. Yeah, I can give you some advice on that. First of all, make sure you've got your 24-word recovery phrase, that little card that you fill out when you first set up your Ledger Nano S. And then I'll toot my own horn. Run over to the CryptoDad's website and watch this video. How to update the firmware on your Ledger Nano S to version 1.4.1. You won't be sorry. I take you through it step by step. It's not that bad, you know. It's really not that bad at all. It's a little daunting, but and even if there are some glitches that people have run into, and if you look at the comments section of that video, there are some people that have run into some glitches, and then I posted some links on solutions for the glitches. But I didn't run into any glitches at all. You know, so just that step-by-step video. Just if you're scared, just watch me do it, and then after you see me do it, you know, then think about whether you feel a little more comfortable with trying it on your own. You don't have to follow me step by step. You just watch the video from beginning to end and see how I do it, and then it might be a little less mysterious for you. Yeah, let's hope it's good stuff. Yeah, some of the YouTube videos that she watches are kind of irritating. Guys that are playing Roblox or whatever, but harmless stuff. Her computer's in the living room, so we always see what she's doing. Actually, that's not the latest version. I think the latest version came out after this video that I did is, I think the latest version is 1.4.2 or something. But it's pretty easy when you go into the Ledger wallet. There's a little thing that pops up that tells you, you know, you need to run an update. And I think I ran the update. The other one was minor. This one was a little more, there was a lot to this one. Because it, if anything, it allows you to hold more crypto apps on there than the original. Same ledger, just updated firmware. They ended up with more room, and that was one of the limitations of the ledger, was that if you had 5 or 6 different cryptos that you were storing on there, all of the apps wouldn't fit on there. You were having to uninstall and reinstall apps to shuffle. You wouldn't lose your coin. You would just had to take the app off and put a different app on. After you run this update to the Ledger Nano latest firmware, I think it holds like 18 different crypto apps, so you don't have to shuffle apps anymore. Yeah, don't be scared. I know crypto is daunting, but also I'll point out too, Maximus, that if things go horribly wrong, you can always go. Where is it? There you go. You can always go here and do this one too. Worst case scenario, if let's say you're doing that firmware update and smoke starts coming out of your Ledger Nano, right? Like it bursts into flames. You can buy another ledger. You can buy another Ledger Nano S, open it up, and restore from the seed. So your crypto is safe. Yeah. You can check out this video. It's how to restore from seed. You buy a brand new Ledger Nano and restore from seed, and all of your wallets are there. Your Bitcoin, your Litecoin, everything. It's pretty amazing, really, how it works. But that 24-word recovery phrase is your, basically that's your key to getting your crypto back if anything goes wrong. Yes, I have seen a few people mention that, and I think if you're running Windows 7, you need to go into your device manager. So like this is Windows 10. I didn't have any trouble with it, but the device manager looks the same in Windows 7. And you just go down here to your USB. And I guess one of them is like got a exclamation point. And then you just like run the, let's see here, like I guess one of these, and then you just do the update driver, and then it works. So yeah, I've noticed a couple of people had that glitch that commented on that video. Yeah, Christabel was watching YouTube video. Well, I don't know if she was watching YouTube, but she was playing with her iPad when she was really young. I mean, before she could talk, she could use that thing. Before she could walk, she could use that thing. It was amazing.
Oh, wait. Well, I don't want to pull this down.
There's a picture I have of Christabel where I'm showing her how to use her computer.
Have you shown me that picture?
I have showed that picture to Christabel, yes. Yeah, it's from Korea. Yeah, I don't think I would ever be able to find it.
You have a lot of pictures.
Yes, I have quite a few pictures. Yeah. No.
Oh.
Yeah, I would never be able to find it. Dad and Christabel. Oh, that's not it. That's not the one.
No.
All right. I can always tape it up later.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Lord.
No.
Lord.
Oh no.
Ugh.
Oh well.
We'll tape that back.
There it is. That's Christabel when she was 2. No, that was before her first birthday. I was showing her how to use the computer. Yep. Yep. That's Christabel. Oh, let's do this one. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, there's Christabel using the computer. I had put my hand on top of her hand to show her how to move the mouse.
What kind of technology was that?
That was a computer mouse and a hand. It was high-tech stuff.
No, I guess just like what kind of computer is it?
Oh, that was my Samsung laptop. Yep.
It's about what? 36 coins will fit in this pocket. Did you just put the coins in your pocket?
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, this ledger is running the latest firmware. You gonna join?
Yes.
Yeah, we still got another.
Oh no. Oh no. Thank you. I appreciate your show. I am a newbie, says Rhonda Lee.
Hey, Rhonda. Let's get back. I'm sweaty.
I'm fine.
So let's see if we go back through my videos, if there was anything that we should... Oh, I wanted to show you my computer. Let's see. I think I've got it over here.
I'm knocking on it right now.
Yeah. So that's the machine. Let's see if I can. Yeah. So we got the colored lights, the fans, the keyboard, the mouse pad, the mouse. Everything's Corsair. So if you're interested in LED lighting or building computer rigs, I've got a few videos that don't get a lot of views. So I thought I'd just kind of put that out there. Any of you that happen to be watching that you know, find this as fun and fascinating, check out some of those videos that I did. You might enjoy them.
How did you manage to get this thing to light?
Hey, that's the way it's built. It's built to do that. So yeah, I mean this one here, how to use the IQ software. You know, I put a lot of time and effort into some of these videos, and they don't get a lot of hits. It seems like the ones that I put the most effort into are the least watched. But that's okay, you know, I enjoy doing these videos. Here's another one on setting up the colored fans. So if you're into that sort of thing, I encourage you to check those out too.
I think there's a person who just drinks water bottles really fast, and he uploads his videos on YouTube, yet he actually gets 0 views.
0 views. Yeah.
No way. That's a deep. That's a decent.
Yes, Guitar, I do. I think we talked earlier about that. The easiest way to use your GPU to mine, if you've got a gaming rig, is cruise over here to MinerGate is one. There's MinerGate. There's another one too, but MinerGate is pretty simple. You just download their app. You know, you go over here and you download their app, and then you can start mining right away using your GPU. It's very simple. It's not very. There are not a lot of features, but you'll mine GPU. You basically you mine. All the money stays on their site until you've mined a certain amount, and then you can like withdraw it. It's kind of like you set up like this sort of crypto bank, and you can mine with your GPU in their pool, and you'll get rewarded. And then at a certain point, if you've got a minimum amount, you're able to withdraw it and cash it out or whatever you want to do with it. I would assume that you might be able to just transfer it to your own cryptocurrency wallet too. But a lot of mining software will allow you to mine directly to an address. This isn't like that. This is a little bit different. It's a little bit wonky, but it's simple. If you want to make a little money off your GPU, this would be a good place to get started.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
It's wonky that way.
And wonky, not wonky. Wonky.
Wonky.
Just started NiceHash. Okay, right, NiceHash. That was the other one I was trying to think of. NiceHash is another full solution kind. If you're looking to mine crypto and you want to just get started really easy, you can download their software too. Very similar to the other one I just showed you. What was the other one I just showed you? Whoops.
No.
I can't remember now. MinerGate. Yeah, those are the two. I think those are the two big ones. MinerGate and NiceHash. And it's kind of the same thing. You download their application and you turn it on. It finds your GPU and it starts mining. And then the money will accumulate in your account, and then at some point you can cash out or transfer out. One will do. If you're really into mining, be alert that mining is not easy. It's hard to find software. It's hard to find instructions. And then when you download the software and install it, your Windows Defender thinks it's a malware and deletes it right away. There's a lot of pitfalls to mining. And then even after you get the software installed and configured, you still got to tweak your graphics card. And you don't want it to impact the performance of your computer. So if you're just casually mining, you have to remember to start your miner before you go to bed, and sometimes you forget. I don't have like a dedicated machine with multiple GPUs. I might someday. But if you've got a machine with a decent GPU, you can make a little extra money doing this. Extra crypto. And then also I mentioned, try to find one of those low cap cryptos to mine. Maybe it'll take off in the future and you'll make a little extra money. Because Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin and Monero, they're already pretty high. So you're not going to be making a lot of Monero on this thing. I mean, you've got to really dedicate yourself if you're going to mine one of the big ones.
I would like to share some facts about Bitcoin.
Okay.
So Bitcoin was created in 2009, and then it was worth less than a penny. I forgot the exact, but it was just worth less than a penny. And the first Bitcoin purchase was actually made in 2010.
That's okay, kiddo. Just go ahead and tell them.
So the first Bitcoin purchase was made in about 2010, and someone decided that they would try to buy a pizza with Bitcoin. They managed to get some pizza company to accept Bitcoin. But now, if you bought that much Bitcoin, it would cost about $100,000.
Yeah, that'd have to be a pretty good pizza.
No, that was...
Well, if you were going to pay $100,000 for the pizza today.
Yes.
Okay, any more questions?
I like that NiceHash. Lets you set up to only mine when the PC is idle, and that way you can't forget at the end of the day.
There you go. Yeah, just set NiceHash to do its thing in the background, and it knows when you're not using it, and that's nice. Yeah, that's good. I never really realized you could do that. That's good. Yeah, I bought this rig with my crypto profits. I cashed out some of my crypto in January, just before the bear market, and Guess if I could buy anything I wanted, it'd be another better computer. Yeah, whoever that pizza guy is, I wonder what he did with those coins. Hopefully he still has them.
Yes. Oh, in Roblox there is a kind of similar thing to the way cryptocurrencies work. There's limiteds, and each limited has its own price, but people can sell theirs if they have any, and the price can go up and down. Normally it's better to buy when it's down.
Oh yeah, you want to buy low and sell high, or just hang on to it for dear life. Why is my live stream health yellow? It was green in the beginning. That's kind of weird.
Let's scroll down to see the stream health in there.
Stream health, okay.
Video output low. Good, stream is healthy. What do you mean?
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna quit and start again. Ah, okay. Yeah, apparently my stream health was bad. My daughter had to help me fix it.
Yes. I went to the stream chat and told people not to leave.
Oh, good job. We're back. Yeah, I don't know. The video quality went down, so I just rebooted the streaming software. If you're interested in doing YouTube, I think down here at the bottom of the description of this live chat here, I've got my equipment. My webcam, my microphone, and then my green back screen. It's like a metal frame with a little muslin tarp over it that gives me a green back screen. And if you're interested, I think it looks professional. Some people don't like my backgrounds, but it's better than my mom's bedroom. Like a lot of these crypto guys I'm watching, you know, that they'll say Tron to the moon, and I'm like, well, let me check it out. And the dude's in his mom's bedroom, so I'm like, how would you know that Tron's going to the moon? Yeah. Do your own research. You know, watch videos, but always double check the sources.
When I get older, and maybe in a few years, I want to start YouTube.
I got her a camera and stuff. She just hasn't jumped into it yet.
Sometimes I record just randomly.
Yeah. Ooh. As a matter of fact, I do. The Tron transition is going to be taking place on June 21st. So what they're going to do is, like, on the 20th, they're going to close. There'll be several exchanges that support it, but like on the 20th, they're gonna freeze all withdrawals and deposits. So you want to get your Tron in there before that, and then they'll do the transition on the 21st, and then a day or two after that, it'll just magically be Tron. It won't be an ERC token anymore. And then at that point, you know, you can leave it on there on the exchange, or you can download the Tron wallet. By that time, hopefully, they'll have a Tron wallet that holds real Tron, and you can download it and then transfer your Tron into that, or you can cash out. But as far as I know, it's June 21st. Can we anticipate storing it by July 4th? Well, it depends on whether they get the wallet ready or not. They seem to be pretty together. They got quite a few developers. We look at, like, you go. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I haven't been on their page yet lately. the mainnet, in between the 21st and the 25th. Deposit your Tron before the 24th. Now, but if you want to look at them, that's Justin Sun. He's the lead developer, and then his team. I mean, it just goes on and on. I mean, a lot of these companies have like 5 guys, but it looks like he's got like 30 developers. Now, I'm sure they're not all developers. Some of them, work in the front office or, whatever. But he's got quite a few employees. I mean, that's impressive for a small company. So let's find out. Yeah, I don't believe that Tron is open source. Yeah, that's kind of the one thing that I like to see, is that the software is open source. Like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're open source projects, so anyone can view the code. But not all cryptocurrencies are created equal, and maybe Tron will fulfill the promise of Ethereum. And he mentions, one of the things he says is that it's going to be Java based. So if you want to do apps on the Tron network, you can use Java. And a lot of people already know Java. Ethereum, you have to learn Solidarity if you want to create apps. So that's one thing that sounds pretty good to me, is that he's trying to adapt Java to his network, and I would imagine there's a lot of people that would already know how to program Java. Disclosure, I hold some Tron. Yeah. For those of you who joined after, when we first got started, we were talking about buying. Oh yes, Christabel has some Litecoin. We were talking about buying cryptocurrency, and my advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but my advice is to sort of stay in the top 10 or maybe the top 15, unless you're really sure about the crypto. Anything below that is a little sketchy. So you can't go wrong. You could. I mean, Ripple could go belly up tomorrow. You never know. But you're a little safer when you buy some of these larger caps, because they're a little more established than some of the others.
Litecoin is.
Yes, Litecoin is number 6 right now. Litecoin is number 6.
$138.
When I gave Christabel her Litecoin, it was around $200. Now it's like 100 and... What's Litecoin today? 138. Cryptos are down today, guys.
Way down.
Way down. That's okay.
They went from here to here.
Here down to here.
They just fell. Is there any questions?
Any questions for Crypto Daughter? I'm here all alone. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too, buy a little coin. I think, yeah, I was, if you got an extra $50-100 laying around, maybe buy some coin. Whatever floats your boat, because everything's down today. Who knows, it could be back up next week, for all we know.
Yes.
And by the end of the year, I would think that you might be happy that you did buy a little bit today.
Wait, scroll up for a second.
What, here?
EOS? It's
EOS.
only $15?
Yeah, it's cheap. Well, I mean, some of these others are even cheaper. Stellar is 32 cents.
Okay.
Cardano's 26. Yeah. But EOS looks cheap. Yeah, well, EOS has been doing rather well. I'm not that familiar. You want to get in? I'm not that familiar with EOS, but it seems like a pretty stable Bitcoin company slash company.
Coin company
Coin
slash
company. I don't believe IOTA is supported on the Ledger Nano yet. We can check over here.
Oh, how? Move your move the screen stuff, Daddy.
No, don't touch that.
These are all the latest cryptocurrencies supported by the Ledger. And I don't believe IOTA is on here yet. The problem with IOTA is that it has its own computer language. It uses trinary or ternary code, which is based on a instead of a binary, it's a trinary. So it's got its own wonky way of doing things. So there is an IOTA wallet, but it's it's a little clunky. But in their defense, IOTA is not really designed to be a cryptocurrency as much as something that runs on the Internet of Things. It's supposed to be some kind of, it's a medium of transfer that's sort of going to be under the hood in appliances. So it's not really designed to be, a currency like Bitcoin is.
There's actually a cryptocurrency that's about a meme. The meme is not very popular anymore.
And what's that?
Dogecoin.
Oh, Dogecoin. Yes. Yeah, I think Dogecoin started off as a joke. Here it is right there. DOGE. It's supported on the Ledger. Yeah, but any coins that move over to the Ledger, are gonna probably do well. So a lot of coins, there's rumors that they're going to be supported on the Ledger or supported on Coinbase. So that's a good link. Let me take you back to that. You might want to save that link, and you can kind of keep an eye on that in case you want to check to see if your favorite cryptocurrency is being supported on the Ledger. That link has helped me quite a bit.
Any question? Thank you for the $5.
Oh, great. Thank you, Ninja.
Shout out to Ninja X.
That was really nice.
Yes.
I don't think that's ever happened to me before.
You are a good man.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Yes. Thanks. I don't think there's supposed to be a space.
Oh, you're talking about the video on setting up an encrypted Debian machine. I did that video a long time ago, and I haven't been using Debian that much lately. It's a little tough, because a lot of the software that I'm using, like for instance, well, actually Debian supported OBS software. So that's how I did a lot of my Debian videos, because I was running the OBS, which is the software that I use to record my videos. But in order to edit, I had to come back over to the Windows side, because that's where my Adobe software is for editing. Best Litecoin wallet? If you've got Litecoin, you can store that on the Ledger Nano S. Litecoin is supported by the Ledger Nano S. So I would recommend storing your Litecoin on the Ledger Nano S. There's also the Litecoin Core wallet, which you install on your computer. You just download that from litecoin.org. But it's not that great of a wallet, as far as wallet goes. You can tell it's just the Bitcoin Core wallet modified slightly. So the Litecoin wallet that's on the Ledger seems to be a little more nicer.
Of
The
course,
interface is nice. Yeah.
Of course, there is no certain way to define the best wallet.
True, true.
I heard some security issues with Ledger. Is it true?
Yeah, okay. So there was a hack of the ledger, and it wasn't really the ledger itself that was getting hacked. Some of the websites, it was infecting the apps in Chrome. So Ledger has since fixed that problem. Oh boy, he's back there. So basically what was happening was my son is sharpening pencils. Basically what was happening was when you would go to open up a wallet, let me see if I can show you here. I've got the ledger connected, so I just put in the pin here. Yes, you should, in case I die. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
No.
Okay, here we go. All right. So let's see. If we go over here to the Ledger app,
Ledger.
let's go to Bitcoin. Oh, I need to go into. What was happening was when you launched this app and you had a virus or malware on your infecting your computer, your browser, whatever it was, and you decided you wanted to send yourself some coin. What was happening was the address of your wallet was showing up wrong. Okay, so the address that was showing up here was not your wallet. It was someone else's address. So when you sent your coin from, say, Bitcoin or from Coinbase to what you thought was your ledger, it wasn't going into the ledger. It was going somewhere else. Now, this didn't mean that the ledger was hacked. It just meant that your browser got infected. So Ledger came out with a fix for that. And as you can see, the interface here now, they ask you to display the address on the device. And what that does is you can actually see the address on the device to verify that it is the exact same address showing in the app. So they fixed that. But that was what was happening. It was that it was the apps that had been infected with malware were displaying the wrong address for the ledger, and people were sending crypto to their ledger, and it wasn't going to their ledger. It was going somewhere else. But that was not really a hack of the ledger itself. It was more of a web browser hack than anything else. But needless to say, Ledger needs to move away from these Chrome apps. They need to make standalone applications for Windows, which I've heard they're working on. So, yeah, but yeah, you have a question?
Is it just simple to buy a Ledger?
Yeah, you can buy a Ledger from the company itself, or you can you can find them on Amazon too. I prefer to buy them from directly from Ledger. I feel safer. But one thing you should know when you buy a Ledger is that you want to make sure that it's in setup mode when you get it. If you get a Ledger and there's already a pre-programmed PIN on there, then you don't want to use that Ledger. Sometimes people on eBay will set up the PIN and write down the phrase, the recovery phrase, and then they'll send out the Ledger. And I guess what they'll do is they'll have a little note that says, your PIN is 4523. And then people use that PIN and they put money in the wallet, and that evil person that sold them that Ledger uses that recovery phrase that they kept to restore the Ledger they have and steal all your coins. So if you get a Ledger, make sure when you first open it and plug it in that it's in setup mode, and that it sets you up for a new 24-word phrase, and you write it down. Don't ever open a PIN or don't ever use a ledger if it has a pre-pin in there.
Thanks. Informative stuff.
It is. Thank you. Thanks for the question.
Does anyone have questions for me?
You have a question for Christabel? She's pretty smart. Ah, I use KIM as my virtual environment for Unix. Very nice, Ninja X. Yes. I have to say, Ninja X, not too many people really like my software verification videos. I always thought that that was really important stuff, but a lot of people, they get confused when I go through that verification step. But that's one of the reasons I started this, was because I first encountered software verification when I started using Bitcoin on some of these, cryptocurrency pools. They wanted two-factor authentication, and then I was using Tor browser, and it had signature files, and I was like, what is all this stuff? So I always wished that there was a step-by-step tutorial on how to do that stuff. And so once I finally figured it out, I thought I'd share that knowledge.
Put user timeout.
I would never do such a thing.
In 3, 2, 1.
Let's see. Oh, well, if you really want to just run out and buy a ledger now, just go down into the description. There's a link down here. That's my affiliate link. And if you buy a ledger using that link, you'll, I don't know, I guess they'll like me. I think they give me some money. I don't know. Yeah. But Ledger Nano, they were like 79, actually 79 euros is going to work out to close to like $9,500 plus shipping. They used to be cheaper. I don't know. They raised their price. I think they used to be like 59 euros, which worked out to about $80. I go figure. And then you can get them on Amazon too.
Wow, Amazon.
Yeah.
We get a lot of our stuff from there, actually.
Yeah. They're not always, this one's Prime. You could see for $99, you can have it like in a day or two.
Cool.
And as you can see, it's off. You can buy it on Amazon. As you can see, it's offered by Ledger. So yeah, you can buy directly from Ledger using my affiliate link, or you can just head over to. If you buy it directly from Ledger, it takes a. Alex. Hey. Come over here. Come on, it's not broken. Come here, let me see. That's broken, all right. Yeah, see, I knew it was going to do that. Spilled pencil shavings all over my desk.
Yay.
Just can't. Okay, it's not working. Okay, I have to work on it later. Just give it to your mom.
Alex.
Pencil sharpener emergency. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up the live stream. I've been on since 6. I usually try to keep it around 2 hours. I'd like to thank everybody for joining and encourage you to check out my channel page. Let's see where we go here. Yeah, head over to YouTube/CryptoDad and check out my page and check all my videos out. And encourage you to watch them. Yeah, that's the one there where I was installing Debian. I should probably do more videos on privacy and anonymity. But like I said, those are the ones that really I have to spend a lot of time and effort on. And but it's worth it. It's worth it. Once again, thanks guys, and subscribe to my channel if you like my content. And I really appreciate all the questions and the tip. That was amazing. From Ninja X, Ninjax X.
Shout out to you.
Shout out.
Oh,
It was
that
good
came
stuff.
from my iPad. Ugh.
Okay, guys. Guys, have a good night and sweet dreams. How do
Sorry.
we do this?
Goodbye.
I think we're gonna have to take that thing apart.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.